This is Force 13 with another update on Tropical Storm 34W Man Yai. And here's the latest position from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Have WEST-92B, the outgoing CO4 ex-tropical cyclone Butra, and in this one the latest on 34W. 6 degrees north, 152.6 degrees east, maximum sustained winds 45 knots, gusting 55 knots. And it's currently located 87 nautical miles west-northwest of Lecuno. Apology for pronunciation on that one. Tracking northwest at 20 knots. I think it's actually dropped down 3. And maximum significant wave height is 15 feet. Joint Typhoon Warning Center's current track. Animated enhanced infrared imagery satellite shows an expanding system that has rapidly consolidated with deepened rain bands wrapping in from all quadrants. The initial position is based with fair confidence, tracing the tightly curved bands. The initial intensity of 45 knots is based on the VORAC estimates T3 PGTW KNES and reflects a significant intensification to a tropical storm. And this is the life of 34W up to earlier today. The environment is very favourable with low 10 to 15 knot vertical wind shear, warm 29-30 degrees Celsius, sea surface temperatures, excellent westward outflow. Tropical Storm 34W is tracking along the southern periphery of a high zonal subtropical ridge to the northeast. Through the next 72 hours, 34W will continue to track northwestward under the steering ridge, and a favourable environment will prevail, allowing 34W to steadily intensify to a peak of 105 knots by the 36 hours. Now this is a National Weather Service. Typhoon Watch is in effect, along with a tropical storm warning. And at 10 AM local time, centre of the tropical storm was located 6.7 degrees north, 151 degrees east. Man Yai is moving northwest at 20 miles per hour. This general motion is expected to continue with little change in forward speed through Thursday. Maximum sustained winds have increased to 55 miles per hour and is forecast to intensify through tonight, possibly becoming a typhoon sometime on Thursday. Now here's a couple of tracks from the National Weather Service over there in Guam. The information from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center says that the system will gradually weaken, mostly due to increasing vertical wind shear as the upper level winds begin switching to a westward component. After 48 hours, the tropical storm will round the western edge of the steering ridge, turning more poleward. Minimal spread in the numerical model guidance, lending high confidence to the portion of the JTWC's track. And shortly we'll have a look at the NOAA floaters. Around the 72-hour mark, Tropical Storm Man Yai will become quasi-stationary as it enters a COL area between the current steering ridge and another building steering ridge to the west. Intensity will continue to drop as outflow diminishes. In addition to continual unfavourable vertical wind shear, However, by 1:20 hours, the system will still be at typhoon intensity at 65 knots. Dynamic model guidance significantly disagrees towards the extended portion of this forecast, with a possible bifurcated scenario, one leading to a northeasterly curvature, and other ones suggesting a looping motion with eventual westward track. In view of this, along with differences in along track speeds, lend low confidence in the extended portion of the JTWC track. An apology for my voice. We have strong, I think it's westerly or southeasterly winds, and the atmosphere is a bit dry. Now we have a look at the microwave imagery. And again, it's the steering ridges coming into play, with yet again another typhoon within possibly 24 hours. And apology for that background noise. Now we have a look at EPS track guidance. And you can clearly see that they're leaning towards that northeasterly curvature. A cycle track guidance. Now we have a look at the late cycle intensity guidance. The HWRF is indicating a possible Cat 4. And will Manyai become a super typhoon? Upper level divergence. And the tropical storm 34W Manyai is 99 nautical miles south-southeast of Chiruk. I know I haven't pronounced that one right. FSM. Correction, they've updated. 553 nautical miles southeast of Andersen Air Force Base. The wind shear. The 24-hour shear tendency. Force 13 will continue to bring the latest information. Now we have a look at the HWRF parent model on the system, and I think this is the GFS. Now we have a look at the cyclone phase diagram. That's the GFS FV3. The Navy's NEFGEM. And the UK Met. So overall, the models are indicating a possible northeast wind curvature. It's just a matter of timing. But the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre says that Manyai will continue to intensify. Now we have a look at the tropical tidbits tracks. It's the GFS one. And finally, the pivotal weather website. It's a GFS model, and it's precipitation for the Asian region. The scale is at the bottom of the screen, and what I look at from my own personal position is the area in yellow to dark brown.
You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, our YouTube page youtube.com/Force13, on Facebook under the same name Force 13, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 if you wish to get in touch. You can also add Force 13 on Skype and my personal account on Discord, Fool13, at extension 9094.